What does man do when he's on his phone at 10 p.m. at night, scrolling through Instagram on his phone, if not seeking the fulfillment of his heart's desire? A couple years into my journey here on social media with Café con Santos, I was getting in the habit of upgrading my sound quality, the camera system, just trying to improve the overall quality of the footage. And along the way, I came across a friend who was able to donate some money so that I could upgrade my microphone. So I was able to get a $400 mic, one of those SM7Bs, like the top quality mics. So I went, I saw eBay, solid price, a lot cheaper than you would get at the store. I opened it up, I connected to my computer, and it sounded terrible. Now at the time I didn't know, but there's actually a market for selling fake microphones. Kind of like those jerseys of soccer players that you will find at the Tianguis or at a store in Mexico or at the dollar store. Those jerseys look very similar to the authentic ones, but they're actually fake. And unfortunately, this microphone that still costed a good amount of money ended up being a knockoff. In this digital age that we live in, we've become so accustomed to seeking our pleasure based on content that we see. The YouTube videos, the Spotify or Apple playlists, the Netflix, all the reels on Instagram. Now in themselves, those are not bad per se, they're entertainment. But I think many of us have fallen into the trap of going to those as sources of our grace. Man seeks to be loved and to love other people. So the idea of being connected with people from around the world in a matter of seconds, at face value, it sounds like an interesting proposal. And in those first couple of years, when I was a teen, introduced to MySpace, the idea of being able to receive a friend request, upload photos, create my little profile, have my top friends, it seemed like a fun and engaging way to make friends or to socialize. And I think people today still hold on to those desires of making friends, of having fun. Artificial grace tries to mimic those joyful experiences that we go through. And it looks like authentic joy, but it's actually fool's gold. A good way to recognize this is to consider the last time you felt lonely. Let's say it's late at night. What is one of the common things that you would do? You get on your phone, you go to Facebook, you go to Instagram, you go to YouTube, then you go back to Instagram, you look at the stories. And the more time you spend there on your phone, the more time those 5G rays start to hit your body. Those shots of dopamine are hitting you with those funny videos, the photos and videos that your family and friends might post. But do those things ever make you feel fulfilled? The reality is, they only leave you more empty. You start to compare yourself to the people you see online. You see the people that are already in relationships with their kids, with their wife, with their husbands. And that is not what God wants for us. Authentic grace can be found, but it won't be in your phone. A lot of times, it'll be found in silence. So next time you find yourself at 10 p.m., 1 in the morning, don't go back to your phone to try to fill that void. Instead, go to prayer. Open the scriptures. pray the rosary, and that is where you will find the grace. So if there's artificial love and there's authentic love, if there's fool's gold and there's real gold, how do you tell the difference? And the truth is, you have to kind of experiment with this. God is not complicated. God is not some crazy algorithm. God is simple. He is love. There's a certain peace that God gives to the soul and the heart. It's one that is free, meaning that you don't really earn it. You can't really orchestrate it. It's not artificial. In other words, it's a type of peace that the world cannot give. The lie of the world is that you can mimic this peace. You can mimic this joy. But the very process of trying to mimic makes it artificial, inauthentic. It's a cold day in the city.